Michelle.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good. My name's Eric.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So, what brings you here today?
About a month ago, I went through a period of several days where I just felt really depressed and down. It was just really sad.
Oh, okay. Any specific reason or anything? Anything you can think of?
Not necessarily off the top of my head. I mean, nothing comes to mind.
Well, can you explain to me what your symptoms were?
Well, for one, I was sleeping between 10 and 12 hours at a time. Did not want to get out of bed. Anytime I woke up, I felt like I had zero energy. And although I had slept for a long period of time, I still felt extremely tired. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to have anything to do with anybody. I completely turned off my phone. I called in sick to work for a couple of days. I think maybe in a 1 week period, I maybe showered twice. I remember getting up out of bed at one point and making sure all the blinds in my house were closed because I wanted it completely dark. I cried for no reason, and almost felt like I didn't necessarily have a sense of purpose in life. I just didn't really feel much self-worth.
This is the first time you've ever felt anything like this?
Yes.
Could you describe to me how your behaviors were prior to the depression?
Well, the week before, I mean, it was complete opposite. One day, out of nowhere, I all of a sudden just got this burst of energy where I just felt really hyper. And my mind just started racing. Like, my thoughts kept coming one after another, but almost to the point where they couldn't catch up with each other. So before one thought could even finish, another one was already coming in, and I all of a sudden got this idea that I was going to start my own business in organizing people's houses and stuff. So I'm walking around my house with a pen and paper, taking notes from room to room and determining how I'm going to go about, this organization business and how I'm going to promote it, and I'm going to create this website, and I'm going to use, my photos of my own house, and as I'm taking notes and coming up with all these ideas, I started realizing, I need supplies, to do this. So I get on my computer and start looking up, like, storage components and shelving and stuff, and started shopping online. And at one point actually called Target to actually place an order, and basically told the lady on the phone how they could improve their webpage and increase their sales. And I just remember her telling me that she must have at least told me 4 times that I was speaking too fast and that she couldn't understand me and to please slow down. So, and once I got off the phone with her, I continued to shop on my computer, but then just started buying things that had nothing to do with organizing anything or, what I initially was online to purchase for in the first place. So then I all of a sudden started just buying random things, and by the time it was all said and done with, I had spent like almost $1,000 in less than a day just ordering random things online.
Interesting. Well, have you ever experienced either of these states before?
No.
No?
I have not.
Have you recently experienced any stressful situations such as a death in the family or a loss of job or anything like that?
No.
No?
I've been at my job for quite a few years. Everybody in my family seems, as far as I know, relatively healthy, happy. Everybody's good.
How about you? Are you currently suffering from any medical problems or anything?
No.
No? Taking medication?
I mean, maybe an aspirin for like a headache every now and then, but nothing consistent on a daily basis.
How about use of drugs or alcohol?
No,
Anything like that?
I don't use drugs. I may have an alcoholic beverage on occasion, every couple weeks, maybe like about once, twice a month. I meet friends at this restaurant that we like. We go to happy hour, and usually I just like order a margarita, but I never even finish it. So, I mean, just very moderately, just on rare occasions, I'll drink.
Back to the family. Does anybody in your family suffer from medical or mental disorders, or and have any history of it?
Well, after I went through this whole period of depression, I did talk to my mom about it, and she did tell me that bipolar disorder does run in our family, specifically bipolar 1 disorder. My grandmother did suffer from it, and there are a few other of my family members that have been actually diagnosed with bipolar 1 disorder.
Interesting. Well, for you, what do you feel like you can accomplish? What are you looking to do from this experience coming to see me?
I want to understand where that all came from, being that it was completely out of character and out of the ordinary from, my everyday behavior, and hopefully avoid it in the future, try to prevent it from happening again. And I mean, if there is something specific that is causing this, maybe I can understand how and why. And, again, it was really scary, and I would just like to try to avoid it again, if at all possible.
Yeah, sure. Well, would you be open to coming back to see me, or anything like if I would like to try some medication, see if I can work some medication in, see if I can stable you out or anything?
I'm open. I mean, I'm definitely open to suggestions. I would like to try to avoid, the use of medications if possible. I mean, like if we could just, start by just therapy sessions, and then, maybe if you feel the need at some point that I do need medication, I would be open to it, but initially I'd like to try to stay away from it for now, but I would be open to it if it was absolutely necessary.
Okay. Well, I definitely want to schedule another appointment somewhere in the near future. Maybe try a treatment plan. Maybe we can determine something if it's necessary.
Okay, definitely.
Would you be interested in something like that?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. All right, Michelle. Well, it's very nice to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
And have a great day.
Thanks, you too.
All right.